25th, 2025 meeting of the High Point Regional High School Board of Education to order. Stand for the flag salute.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Open Public Meetings Act statement. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of the Act, the Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted at the Augusta, Branchville, and Sussex post offices, and notice sent to the New Jersey Herald, the Sunday Herald, and the clerk of the boroughs of Branchville and Sussex, and the townships of Frankfort, Lafayette, and Wantage. Mission statement. High Point Regional High School, in partnership with staff, family, and community, is dedicated to the quest for individual excellence. By fostering high standards of achievement, we prepare students to become responsible and productive members of a diverse society. May I ask for a roll call, please?
Ms. Kalsak? Ms. Diaz?
Here.
Ms. Schuman?
Here.
Ms. Gall? Mr. Van Stone?
Here.
Ms. Longberg?
Here.
Ms. Orsi?
Here.
Ms. Wise? Mr. Dunn?
Here.
Dr. Ridley?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay. A motion will now be made that High Point Regional High School Board of Education enter executive session to provide an update on legal, personnel, and negotiations with items which are exempt from public participation pursuant to New Jersey Public Law 1975, Chapter 231, Open Public Meetings Act. Any discussions held by the board which need not remain confidential will be made public when appropriate. Minutes of the executive session will not be disclosed until the need for confidentiality no longer exists. The board will reconvene in public session, in person and virtually at the conclusion of the executive session. It is not anticipated that any action will be taken. And we actually expect to return approximately 15 minutes prior to 7. So just to note that that is a deviation from what's posted on the agenda right now. So I will make that motion. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. May I have a motion to return to public session?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so we were back in public session exactly at the quarter of that I said. So we'll move to approval of minutes, the regular meeting minutes of October 28, 2025, and executive session minutes of October 28, 2025. I'll make the motion to approve those minutes. Can I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion, comments, corrections? None?
Ms. Diaz?
Abstain.
Ms. Schuman?
Abstain.
Ms. Gall? Mr. Van Stone?
Yes.
Ms. Longberg?
Yes.
Ms. Wise?
Yes.
Ms. Orsi?
Yes.
Passes. Oh, sorry, Mr. Dunn.
Yes.
Sorry, I apologize. It
All right,
passes.
so that. With that, that brings us to our first public comments on agenda items only in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. We will open for public comments for agenda items only at this time. Each speaker should state his or her name and address. You will have 3 minutes to address the board, which will be timed by myself. We will limit this section to no longer than 45 minutes. Please be respectful and mindful that your comments are being recorded. And we have both our in-person lectern and our virtual method to submit public comments, and I'm seeing that we have no public comments there. And I believe we have none in the room, so may I have a motion to close public comments? In a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Moving on to presentations then. First we have George Oriana, Speaker of the House, give us an update on the activities of the Student Council.
Hi, as you know, I'm George for Student Council. So just a little update as to what's been going on in November. So on 11/6, the senior class had their senior formal at Casa Bianca at Oak Ridge, and for the activities that the Student Council had done for the month of November, we had a thankfulness takeover for Days of Gratitude, and on 11/11, or red, white, and blue for Veterans Day. And then on 11/14, we had a Hands of Thanks activity where we would write a thankful dot on, after tracing our hands on a piece of paper. And then on 11/17, we did a gratitude change craft as well as thank you cards for staff, teachers, or local community members. On 11/19, we did a gratitude jar activity where students would decorate a paper jar with people or things that they're thankful for. And then on 11/21, we did a grateful photo booth frenzy where there should be pictures floating around. So, and then 11/25, just today during lunch, there was a Thanksgiving craft where you would scratch into black paper leaves to get a but that is it for what Student Council did for the month of November. Thank you for having me. I'll be back next month for December.
Thank you.
Next, we have HPA President Elizabeth Sunda, update on the HPA items.
Good evening. Right, good evening. Right. Good evening, President Dunn, members of the Board of Education, Dr. Ripley, and Ms. Kolbush. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you tonight, to share a few updates on behalf of the HPA and our association. First, it's my pleasure to announce that the HPA has selected for this year's Educational Support Professional of the Year. After thoughtful consideration and recognition of his outstanding dedication, professionalism, and positive impact on our school community, we chose Kevin Perry to represent us on the committee board. Kevin consistently goes above and beyond his role and his commitment to our student and staff, truly embodies the very best of our district. So we are proud to support his nomination, and we look forward to recognizing him every day for his exceptional work that he does. Second, I mentioned last month that we were having the newly elected Steve Beatty, the president of NJEA, come. So we were very honored to welcome him the end of October, so I should say right after our meeting. So President Beatty generously provided lunch for our entire staff, and he spent time meeting with all of our members throughout his time. It was nice to have all of our staff. I feel like we work really hard, and it's not a lot of times where we get out during the lunch hour. So it was really nice to have all of the staff at the same time collectively, even if they were just coming in to grab lunch in and out, but the teachers, the para, the entire maintenance staff stop by, secretary stop by, the counselors, the admin, including Dr. Ripley, stop by to have lunch and meet him, as well as Angela DeLuca, who is the county president. Steve's visit reinforced the importance of our strong partnership between the state association and local districts, and our members truly appreciated the opportunity to speak with him, share their experiences with him, and feel the support at the state level as well. And last, on behalf of our association, I wanted to extend our sincere gratitude to the board and to Dr. Ripley for your collaboration and partnership throughout the negotiations process. After a conversation Dr. Ripley and I had, we are pleased to share that we want to share our new contract with the staff. That is officially finalized, so thank you for that. We want to communicate the details to the staff, and we thank you for your commitment to working together to reach a fair and positive agreement that supports both our membership and our students. So thank you for your continued support, and we look forward to building on this positive momentum throughout the year, and I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Talme is not here this evening, so we move straight to Mr. Campbell. For curriculum instruction.
I want to thank Ms. Sunda for her leadership and for a fantastic lunch. It really was delicious, it was plentiful, and to have the president of the NJEA and the Sussex County EA and the High Point EA breaking bread and inviting the entire staff together was a great day, so thank you for your leadership on that. Last month was extremely busy for assessments. First off, for the 13th consecutive year, the board supported the expenditure of providing this valuable assessment to all 11th grade students. Last week, a letter went out informing parents of how to access, parents and students, how to access those scores, how to find tailored improvement assistance through Khan Academy that links to their strengths and weaknesses, and also how to register for the SATs. Those will be hosted at High Point in December, March, and May. So the PSAT is a lot of work. I want to thank Ms. Jacqueline McCarthy for spearheading that, and we're happy to be able to give our juniors that valuable assessment, which not only is research-based as one of the most effective tools to prepare them for success in the SAT, but for the graduation requirement, it is the second most frequently utilized assessment score for students to meet that requirement. So it really has great value for our students. Then 2 weeks ago, the super huge brand new test, really the largest assessment we've ever given at High Point. Practically every student at the school took this test. It was a practice test. There are no scores, and our students were amazing. They really were cooperative and they participated even though it was a practice test. A lot of time, a lot of organization. Thank you to Ms. Jessica Briggs, to our staff, and to our students. The bottom line is we will be much more comfortable and better prepared in March and May when we provide this test for real. So we're thankful that it's over with and we feel more comfortable and confident with the new platform that the tests in the spring will be last Thursday, we had our first of 3 afternoon professional development sessions. I want to thank the board for their flexibility in providing this opportunity. There are a lot of mandated trainings, and sometimes when we only have a couple of days throughout the year, it's just, you've got to mandate. Well, Thursday was the entire staff, first of all, to give the staff 45 to 50 minutes, everybody had lunch together. That's a nice break. And then for 2 hours, let's sit down and focus on one thing and see if we could be highly productive in the work. Our focus was targeted instruction, which is one of the district goals. Using data to identify specific students in each class that need to improve and reach the level of their peers, and then planning purposefully to push in small groups and help those students to rise up to the level their peers are at is an extremely effective research-based practice. We do it, we need to do it better, and we need to do it more often. It's challenging, it takes time, it's difficult, and so we spent 2 hours working on how we can increase this very valuable instructional practice. Small group instruction allows you to know your students better, it strengthens relationships, and it personalizes learning. It makes feedback targeted, and we're happy to see our staff engaged in it. And a couple other things. We're very proud that we now are the site, we host the Sussex-Swanage Chamber of Commerce meeting each month. And in order to not disrupt instruction, our chamber members park in the back, they enter through the rear of the building, and we have our breakfast meeting up at Rosedale. Now that's wonderful, it's convenient. The problem is we have New Jersey's most awesome campus. And so this month we put the agenda aside and we took the entire chamber on a tour of the building, and they were blown away. We went into the CAD, went into the construction and manufacturing classes. A lot of these community members are in the trades. It was fantastic. So they saw such a diversity of learning from music and art to computer animation, etc. This in particular was a moment unscripted where the mayor of Sussex and the mayor of Swanage were actually in Mr. Kapler's room looking at 3D models of redesigning retail space and highways and land use within their municipalities. So it was a really nice, it's a great group, and we're happy to have them here. It is truly a privilege to be able to bring people into our building and to show them what we have and what we offer. 2 weeks ago, 8 different high schools in the county sent students here for a celebration of song. We had a countywide choir event. We were proud to be the hub of that great event. And on 11/11, of course, Veterans Day, we had 2 former students, 1 community member come in and have a very casual, a lot of stories, a lot of questions. Students thanked them for their service, and for 45 minutes they heard about their careers and experiences serving our country. Our tech program is spectacular. Mr. Drellick, before him, Mr. Wallace, have built it into something really impressive. Our own Brooke Martin, Brooke Guerrera, is the president of the New Jersey Tech Education Association. So 2 weeks ago, there was a meeting with 300 educators led by one of our faculty members who's the president of the statewide association. So we're really proud of her. We always brag that High Point spends more resources. We find a way to take our students to more places than any other district. Last week, our marine science class and our animal behavior class, were you on this trip with something?
Yeah.
Right? One of our mission points is to expand access to a wider group of students to make sure that these enrichment activities are more inclusive. This was a tremendous example of that. It was a hands-on lab activity. It was a world-class experience, and we're really proud of our teachers like Ms. Sunda and Ms. Olmstead and others who put a tremendous amount of time into planning these trips. It's a hallmark of who we are, and we're very proud of these trips and proud of the board's support. As you may know, next month the program of studies will be on the agenda, and we look forward to telling you about what is, I can't believe 26, 27 is on the horizon. And also, we sometimes like to celebrate things that our staff members do, even if they're not directly related to our curriculum. I just found out that Mr. James Rice and his faithful companion, Chocolate Chip Liz, came in 29th in the world at a recent NRHA showcase. So we're very proud of Mr. Rice and everything he does for our school. And He promised me he'd give you a ride on chocolate chip whiz if I promote that.
That's awesome.
Congratulations, Mr. Robbins. Any questions on this thing? Great, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kent. And congratulations, Mr. Wright.
That's funny, that's
Okay, return to our agenda. We have no other business, so we'll move to our action items, curriculum, instruction, and technology.
Okay, so items 1, 2, and 3 are attendance for faculty, students, and the suspension report for October. I'd like to move items 4 through 8 together. Item 4 is the harassment, intimidation, and bullying report from October 29th through November 25th, 2025. Number 5 are the field trips with an attachment. Number 6 are the professional development activities, and there's an attachment. Number 7 is to approve the revised 25-26 school calendar, which reflects 3 half-days for students due to staff professional development. And item 8 is to approve our HIBS self-assessment for 24-25 school year, which will be submitted to the NJDOE. Making a motion, seeking a second.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Ms. Diaz?
Yes.
Mr. Van Stone?
Yes.
Ms. Lomberg?
Yes.
Ms. Wise?
Yes.
Ms. Orsi?
Yes.
Ms. Schuman?
Yes.
Mr. Dunn?
Yes.
Passes.
Okay, then next up is personnel. Proceed.
I'd like to move items 1 through 7 together. Number 1, recommendation to approve substitutes for this year. As listed, Tyrone Basket, Riley Noah, Gregory Rosenfeld. Number 2 is to approve payment to Robert Olasson as a paraprofessional. Number 3 is to approve Kyle Stickle for grounds custodian, per diem second shift differential rates. Number 4 is to accept with regret the retirement notification from Marianne Chisa, CST secretary. Number 5 is to approve Kenny Rabaza to participate in the work experience program for the school store. Number 6 is to approve Justin Pecoraro as a student teacher through William Patterson University. Number 7 is to approve Michael Hatsimahalis, excuse the mispronunciation, as a special event security guard as needed. I'm making a motion, no? Yeah, making a motion, seeking a second.
Second.
Is there any discussion or comments or questions? Roll call?
Ms. Orsi?
Yes.
Ms. Lomberg?
Yes.
Ms. Wise?
Yes.
Mr. Van Stone?
Yes.
Ms. Schuman?
Yes.
Ms. Diaz?
Yes.
Mr. Dunn?
Yes.
Passes.
I will move items 1 through 8 under extracurricular. First item is to approve Robert Osborne as a volunteer coach for the girls wrestling team. 2 is a recommendation to approve members of the boys wrestling team to attend King of the Castle tournament as listed. The Wrestling Booster Club will cover the cost of rooms, food, and a portion of transportation. Team is requesting the board cover the balance of transportation costs not to exceed $1,325. Item 3 is a recommendation to approve the ice rental agreement with Skylands Ice World for the upcoming school year. Item 4 is a recommendation to accept the resignation notification from Roger Foco as the assistant track coach, effective immediately. Item 5 is a recommendation to approve 6 members of the girls wrestling team to attend the Beast of the East Wrestling Tournament. Wrestling Booster Club will cover the cost of rooms, food, and a portion of transportation. The team is requesting the board cover the balance of transportation costs not to exceed $675. Item 6 is a recommendation to approve Troy Van Orden as a volunteer boys wrestling coach for the upcoming school year. Item 7 is recommendation to approve Jason Wise as a volunteer advisor to the Music Tech Club for the upcoming school year. And item 8 is a recommendation to approve the following extracurricular appointments for the upcoming school year. We will cover that correction that has been noted on our agenda. If I can, I'll make the motion if I can get a second. Any discussion otherwise before I make a motion to make an amendment?
Do you need an amendment since it's already here? Or is it?
I just want to be thorough, just in case the agenda went out somewhere.
I understand.
But I will make comments on a number of these items, and we have volunteer coaches offering their most precious commodity, which is time, to help our programs become and remain successful, particularly our wrestling programs and our girls wrestling program of note. But all volunteers are very much appreciated in all aspects. We have a number of them here, so thank you to those individuals. If any other, no other comments, I'll make a motion to amend item 8 per the correction that was noted on our marked up agenda, which is effectively a change for the total amount on the track coach from $5,514 to $6,086.
Adjusting it from step 2 to step 5.
Yes. So
I'm sorry about the error.
I make that motion for amendment. Can I have a second on that?
Second.
Do I need a roll call on that one, or can I?
We can just vote as amended.
Okay. So the amended motion then is as we have it listed, okay? So I'm still trying to move all 8 items
With the amendment.
with the amendment on item 8, okay? We're all clear?
Yes.
I'll take a roll call.
Okay. Ms. Diaz?
Yes.
Ms. Schuman?
Yes.
Mr. Van Stone?
Yes.
Ms. Longberg?
Yes.
Ms. Wise?
Yes.
Ms. Horsey?
Yes.
Mr. Dunn?
Yes.
Passes.
Okay. I'll return to Mrs. Orsi for policy.
So our first item is the recommendation by the superintendent that the Board of Education approve the first reading of the following new policy, Policy 2365, which is the acceptable use of generative AI. I'm making a motion seeking a second.
Second.
Any
Who
questions?
seconded?
Nancy?
Oh, yes.
I just want to thank Dr. Ripley for putting this forward. It's something that many schools are grappling with, and I like the fact that we are putting something in policy. It may not be perfect, we'll see, but at least we have something that defines for our stakeholders what is acceptable and what isn't.
Yeah, and as we spoke about in committee, we wanted to get this done and prepared for November so we could have a second reading for December so that we're able to move forward with some type of pilot program beginning of the second semester so that we can all become more acclimated with the utilization of AI so as to ease the burden on our educators and to provide personalized, data-driven instruction to our students, and so that we can utilize AI for its positive aspects to provide our kids with opportunities for the world in which of the future, not the world of the past. And we want to be in front of that, not behind.
Yes, I think it's great that we're starting this discussion now, and also making sure we guard against the detriments.
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
AI.
Yeah, and that's what the
How to
policy
do that.
covers. And it is one of the board and district goals for the year.
Roll call?
Ms. Orsi?
Yes.
Ms. Wise?
Yes.
Ms. Longberg?
Yes.
Mr. Van Stone?
Yes.
Ms. Schuman?
Yes.
Ms. Diaz?
Yes.
Mr. Dunn?
Yes.
Passes.
So for item number 2, do I need to make an amendment to strike, to move it to December?
Um,
Or just cross it out?
Yeah, do we have to move it before we table it?
I don't
To
think
bring
so.
it, okay.
If you haven't
You
moved it,
can move, you can move the
it
table.
doesn't exist if it hasn't happened in the meeting, right?
Right, we struck it, we're gonna strike it from there, okay, so,
You just didn't move it. It'll be recognized in the minutes that it did not get moved, right? I don't think
not as
it'll be
a, no,
recognized.
not as a no vote, it just won't,
Right.
it won't be,
It will not have been moved, so it doesn't happen.
I don't think the Robert's Rules of Order are in order.
And for we just,
Certainly a defensible position.
Whatever, I don't know.
Okay, so
That's-
that,
I think it's
that was the extent of the action items in policy, correct? So then that means we have no action items under negotiations, buildings and grounds. Let's, while we are on buildings and grounds, I'm going to allow Dr. Ripley, or Mrs. Kolbush, about the buildings and grounds issues that we are being very transparent about to our community, and I very much appreciate that.
Yes, as you all know, last week we had an issue with one of our well pumps. There are 2 on campus. I will refer to them as well 1 and well 2. Well 2 started to fail. The pump was not keeping the pressure high enough in our water holding tank to service the building properly. Our buildings and grounds guys were great. They were on top of it. Brian Bansmer and his entire crew were outstanding throughout. We had a water truck delivered, and Brian and I were here on that Saturday to make sure that everything was connected. We were ready to go for school on Monday so that there was no interruption. We had the pump replaced in well 2. During the process, we came to find out that well 1 was not operational at all, which may or may not have had something to do with the strain on the pump in well 2. We were back up and running for 4 days. As of this morning, well 2 failed again. So the water truck has been reattached, refilled, and will be here throughout the holiday weekend to ensure that the facility is operational. The drilling team arrived this afternoon with their crane. They will be back tomorrow to pull the pump that is malfunctioning to find out what went wrong with it. We read our insurance company in. There is a claim outstanding that they are reviewing to see if there's anything that they can cover to help us cover some of these unexpected costs. And that's kind of where we stand at this point. The building again is up and operational. There's no interruption to students. The water is safe, potable water, and we will continue to operate as normal as we can.
Well pump 2 was new and it failed?
Correct.
Okay. And we don't know why yet.
We don't know why until they get it back out of the ground. I'm hoping it's something that's under warranty.
yeah, I was going to say, the company should have.
After a week, I would think it should be.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for your role in helping with all of this, and the fact that we are keeping the public informed. I pulled up the website to look at something else, and there's a notice about the potable water source.
Yes.
As well.
The fact that, that we're not trying to hide things that happen just by, things break down. In the letter that went out to the community, also, at least we're keeping people updated and not wondering. Because in the void of information, that can cause some problems. So thank you.
Sure.
So much for no action items. Buildings and grounds, I'll move on to finance. I'd like to move items 1 through 10 together. 1 is a recommendation to accept the report of the board secretary and business administrator for the month of October 2025. And 2 is a recommendation to accept the report of the treasurer for October 2025. Item 3 is a recommendation to approve the report of transfers and minimum expense transfer report for October 2025. Item 4 is a recommendation to approve for payment the attached schedule of audited bills dated November 25th, 2025. Item 5 is a recommendation to accept the adult education agency account, athletic account, cafeteria account, construction account, principals petty cash account, scholarship account, school store, and student activities reconciliations for October 2025. Item 6 is a recommendation to approve the comprehensive maintenance plan and M1 for the upcoming school year. Item 7 is a recommendation to gratefully accept the attached list of donations received from the girls soccer kick for the cure game, boys soccer kick for the cure soccer game, girls volleyball play pink game, and field hockey play pink game, which will be given to the team's chosen charities. Item 8 is a recommendation to approve the attached 2026-2027 budget calendar. Item 9 is a recommendation to authorize the execution of an agreement between the Salem County Special Services District Board of Ed and the High Point School District Board of Ed to provide shared services for the upcoming school year. And finally, item 10 is a recommendation to approve and authorize the execution of the following tuition contracts between High Point as a sending district and the following districts as listed therein. So I will make that motion 1 through 10. May I have a second?
Second.
I just want to address item 7. I normally move that separately, but there were, I saw the list for each of these games. There are a huge number of generous families, businesses, whatever in our community that have donated year after year for many of these games. And I mean, I happen to see even some businesses had donated to multiple of these that are listed within the same month. So I just want to thank those businesses and those families or individuals for their generous donations. Although this is not money that goes to the functioning of any of the teams, it goes to charities that the whole reason for them putting these events together is to benefit these charities, and a lot of them are for health causes and such in our own community. So thank you to anybody of that long list that had donated. Yes?
I just have a question about number 9. The shared services agreement for Salem County Special Services. Is this like a one student out of district situation, or they're coming here to do else? It's for one student.
It's for a student that is placed there.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other comments? Casey, none?
Mr. Van Stone,
Yes.
Ms. Longworth,
Yes.
Ms. Wise,
Yes.
Ms. Diaz,
Yes.
Ms. Schuman,
Yes.
Ms. Orsi,
Yes.
Mr. Dunn.
Yes.
Passes.
And in transportation, could I ask you, Mr. Van Stone?
Sure. Yeah, so I'm moving all 8 together, so the first 7
Nine.
are all, what's that?
What, there's a 9.
Oh, that's right. So it's 9, so the first 8 then are all quoted contracts, just the first one was a quote that did not have a second bid, and 9 is an execution of the joint transportation agreement. These are all just regular order items, there's nothing new and exciting here this month, like so many months there are. But I so move those items. Do I have a second?
Second.
Does anybody have any questions or comments about said items? I guess we'll go to roll call.
All right. Mr. Van Stone,
Yes.
Ms. Diaz,
Yes.
Ms. Schuman,
Yes.
Ms. Longworth,
Yes.
Ms. Wise,
Yes.
Ms. Orsi,
Yes.
Mr. Dunn.
Yes.
Passes.
Okay, that's the end of action items. We have no correspondence. Under miscellaneous, our standing note about school board mandated training, and I know a couple of you took advantage of the opportunity to do that at workshop. If anybody else is up for that, you can see Mrs. Kolbush. And then we'll move to our second public comment section of the evening. Same rules apply as the prior section. Please state your name and address. And we have any comments virtually? Just checking, none virtually, and apparently none in the room. A motion to close public comments, please.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Any non-committee board member reports or comments?
I'd just like to say thank you for the field trips. My son has had the opportunity to go on 2 field trips that we've approved, and I think that they really allow the kids to experience something that they wouldn't experience being, in the classroom. He took part in dissecting a shark and was walking the beaches, netting things in waders. So I think there were some really great life experiences, and I'm proud that our school can continue to do this when so many other schools, the field trips were the first thing to be eliminated so long ago. So I think it's a credit to our fiscal responsibility that we can put some money aside to be able to fund these opportunities for kids.
You're here.
Thank you. Any other comments? Seeing none, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? You're good.